Morning, good evening, good afternoon, whenever you may be watching this video today. It's your boy BOJ. We are here on Tuesday, August the 26th, another amazing Tuesday, and we are here to talk about MoveQuest. And as you guys know, MoveQuest is my favorite opportunity in the space today. I have not been shy about that. I've been on the forefront of sharing MoveQuest with my community, with the world, whoever decides they want to watch my videos. I share MoveQuest with them because there's so many reasons why I believe MoveQuest is the most amazing, most life-changing opportunity that there is out there. All right. Now, there's a lot of people that may have their own opinions. I hope everybody has their own opinions because I don't want everybody to just be BOJ minions, right? I want you to see some benefit of what I bring to the space and what I bring to the community and why I believe that this is a good opportunity for us right now. There's been a lot of discussions about the promotions that have been going on with MoveQuest, and there's been a lot of things that I've been hearing from the field, right? A lot of folks have been telling me different things. One of the first things that I hear is, there's a learning curve that I'm not as familiar with. And, this is a little bit more difficult for me because this is not just a set it and forget it type of platform. Now I'm talking to the folks that have been around for a while, right? This is not just a set it and forget it platform. We're dealing with a token that I may have never had before, Avalanche or MQT. We're dealing with MetaMask, which we may have had some experiences with, but maybe some folks don't have the biggest trust with the MetaMask wallet as they do with other wallets, for whatever reason that is, or some people just may not be used to the active lifestyle or the fact that this is not the most passive platform in the space. You don't just grab your crypto, throw it in there, and then hope for the best, right? That's what we have historically done in this space. We have taken our crypto, our hard-earned money, we've learned how to transact it, right? We've learned how to buy it, we've learned how to sell it, and then we take it and our decisions with it, throwing it in a platform, throwing it here, throwing it in a PAM account, throwing it in a trading account. Those are the decisions that we make. Now, not to say any of them are good or bad. I think they're all learning experiences for all of us. But at the end of the day, it has never been you put your crypto in and then you have to go physically now mine it, right? That's a little bit different for people. Some folks are well into that sedentary lifestyle that they're just used to watching me or watching videos from their bed or from their chair or from their desk at work or wherever the case may be, wherever they're sitting down for long periods of time, wherever they're not as active and moving for long periods of time. And, seeing that you actually have to get moving for this project may be discouraging for some. All right. It may be a little bit discouraging that there are fees that you have to pay to submit your proof of physical activity to the blockchain. All of those things are concerns of the community, right? But there are ways to remedy those concerns. All right. And we're going to talk about a few of those ways today. I'm going to try not to make this a long video, but I do think there's some things that need to be talked about. All right. We have talked about opening up doc slots and we've talked about, tightening up, right? Everybody getting titans and everybody filling out all 18 doc slots and all that great stuff. But one thing that while we're excited about what MoveQuest has given us the opportunity to do during this promotion right now, we're not having to open up all 18 of our doc slots by ourselves. We're getting some help from MoveQuest that we may never see again. So while we are impressing upon people that, hey, you guys need to, if you believe in what MoveQuest is, it's time to ramp it up. It's time to really get out there and if you're going to put your hard-earned crypto into purchasing these miners and you want to put them to work, you got to actually get out there and get to work too. All right. I know many people scenarios where they got the most powerful miners, but they're not maxing out, right? So when it's time to go and submit their fees and they've done their 10 days or whatever, however long it takes them to submit or whatever, not only are they not feeling that they're getting the benefit from how much MQT they're earning because they're not maxing out their full capabilities, but now on top of that, if you have the most powerful miners, you're paying a little bit more in fees and it may not make sense to you, all right? One of the remedies may be to use less powerful miners so that you can submit every day. Some folks like myself are just deciding, hey, on those days that I'm maxing or I'm not maxing out or something happens that day and I'm a little bit more busy than I'd like to be, I may decide not to submit that day. I may decide to wait till I max out, which I know I'm going to do at some point, either the day or the next day or the day after that. You just continue to submit when you can. Some people are hurting right now. I was on a call yesterday and we were kind of just talking, and there's a lot of people going through some financial hardship right now. You know, that has not, financial hardship hits everybody at some point, I do believe. It's hit me. It's, you know, I don't claim it, but sometimes it's come around more recent than I'd like it to. And with the project like this, where you want to submit every day, and we'll talk about how much it costs to submit on a day-to-day basis and all those different things like that. But you may have some days where you don't have it to submit that day. And I honestly want to let everybody know that that is okay. You don't have to submit every day. This is not something that you have to submit every single day. But the community continues to grow and the price of MQT continues to raise when we have an active community involved and engaged in the ecosystem. A part of the ecosystem is submitting your proof of physical activity to the blockchain. Excuse me while I hydrate myself. So anyway, what I'm going to get into today, okay? We've talked about some of the reasons why people don't decide to join MoveQuest. You know, they don't want to get moving. It's not as passive as an opportunity. It may cost a lot. So what you think, right? It doesn't cost nearly anything to get started, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So before we get too deep, and I know we've gotten deep enough, I've been talking for a while. I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I am not your financial advisor. All right. I am just a dude on YouTube showing you guys how I'm cranking it out, many different platforms, nothing more and nothing less than that. And if you like this content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you want to be updated and notified about everything going on here at BOJ, make sure you hit the notification bell as well. And please, sir, please, ma'am, don't get scammed by the WhatsApp man, because if he gets you, nothing I can do to help you, all right? Stay diligent and vigilant in the space and in the comment section. Let's go ahead and talk about this MoveQuest mining information, ladies and gentlemen. I wanted to bring this to you guys today because a lot of folks, one, they may not understand that you do have to submit fees, right? You have to submit your proof of physical activity. That costs a little bit of money, right? Now, depending on how many docking slots you have open and all that different stuff like that, these could vary, all right? But this is just a generic type of chart that kind of shows you what you can achieve per month, right? What kind of things you can expect with this opportunity. Now, for those of you that are not familiar with the NFT miners that are available, okay? The ones that we're going to talk about today, we're going to talk about the Phantom, the Trailblazer, the Vanguard, and the Titan. Now, some of you may be like, well, where's the Explorer and all that different stuff? We're going to talk about these four today, all right? And starting with the Phantom miner, all right? I want to let everybody know, when you start in your MoveQuest journey, they give you a free Phantom miner that you can use, okay? Now, this Phantom miner doesn't have the most powerful output power. Of course, it's a free miner. It's a free product that they're giving you just to test the system, okay? But here's one thing that I want to mention to you guys. When we're talking about how affordable MoveQuest is for the community, first of all, just getting started, you make sure you have $1 or $2 in Avalanche, and you can connect your wallet, MetaMask, Trust Wallet, to the MoveQuest system. If you need a link, you can get a link. They're in the description below. If you get this video from someone who shared it with you, get their link, all right? It's very, very easy to get signed up and onboarded, but you do need MetaMask or Trust Wallet, or a wallet that you can sign up through the dApp browser, right? And they do have a dApp browser. I also suggest Google Chrome, because you can have a MetaMask browser. You can have a MetaMask extension right there in Google Chrome. That's what I use, right? So just getting to the fees, okay? It costs 10 cents per miner, right? So when you're first getting started, they give you your first dock slot for free. You plug in that Phantom miner that you have, 10 cents worth of Avalanche is all you will have to pay. If you were to submit your proof of activity to the blockchain every day for a 30-day month, right? For a 30-day month, just for that Phantom miner that they gave you for free, and you only have it for 30 days, you would have paid $3 in fees for the whole month. You gotta hope y'all can hear the applause, because that is amazing. All right, for much less than a cup of coffee, for much less than you put in your gas tank, for much less than you pay for dinner, for much less than it takes for you to buy this Powerade that I just drank, right? I probably had to go to the gas station, pay $3 something for this Powerade, and it's gone already, right? You're able to mine with this Phantom miner for a month, okay? Now, the average mine daily, if you max out, 0.028 for around 0.84 MQT for that month. Now, if the MQT was worth $125, right? Let's just hypothetical. We know it's at $5 right now, but we've seen it get as high as $125 within the year, right? That would have netted you, just with that Phantom miner, about $105 worth of MQT. Now, I think that that's pretty amazing for something that they gave you for free, that you only had to submit 10 cents a day, $3 a month. You came out with $105 worth of MQT. I think that that's worth it. I think that that's worth it. I think that if everyone in the world could see how cost effective MoveQuest really is, you don't have to come in and get all Titans right out the bat, right? You got to get started somewhere. Okay, so let's talk about these. Now, the reason why they said cost per miners, 9 miners, right? The cost per 9 miners. Now, there's a promotion going on right now where if you open up 9 of your miners, they'll give you the rest of the 18 for free, right? They're going to give it to you. They're going to open the rest of them for you, all right? And we've seen that promotion for the last couple weeks, okay? So I just want to make sure that everybody knows that that's why it says NA right here. You're only going to get 1 Phantom miner to plug in. They're giving you that for free, okay? But if you mine all 30 days and the price were happen to be at $125. Now, if it's at $5, if the price was $5 and you still earn 0.84 MQT, you'd still be in profit because it only cost you $3 that month and you earned $5, right? You earned just south of, right around $5. Now, that's if the price was $5, of course. Now, this price right now is showing $125. So that's why I want to make sure I'm pointing this out. This is if MQT was at the price of $125. And I do believe that I have a chart somewhere that shows it at another price. Let's get the one that shows it at $5 because that's the one that most effectively shows where we are right now. So I'm going to stop this share and I'm going to pull up the one that has $5, ladies and gentlemen. So give me 1 second while I pull this up. Won't take long. Won't take long at all because here it is. All right. So same thing. Phantom miner, 10 cents a day. You're getting the Phantom miner for free, okay? $3 it costs you that month to submit. If you maxed out every day, you earn probably around anywhere from the 0.7 to 0.9 or 1 whole MQT, depending on what the price of MQT is at that time and then whether you maxed out that day. These are maxing out numbers, okay? MQT being at $5, you would have earned $4.20, which is still $1.20 in profit that you've earned that month. Now, here's what I want to make sure you guys understand. As the miners get more powerful, right? After this Phantom miner is done after the 30 days, you have a decision to make. Do I decide I want to go ahead and open up the rest of these dock slots? Do I want to go ahead and plug these trailblazers that I'm going to receive for free for opening my dock slots? Ladies and gentlemen, they're giving you, for taking the next step, for opening your next level of docking slots, they're giving you free miners. They're giving you trailblazers that you will be able to go in your back office and you will be able to claim yourself, all right? Now look at this. Fee per miner, all right? Now we've opened up 9 docking slots. We're going to use the 9 docking slot example for right now, okay? Still 10 cents per miner, okay? It's costing you 90 cents. So if you open up that 9 docking slots and you put all trailblazers in it, it costs you 90 cents a day to submit your proof of activity. for a month. That means it costs you $27 in a month to submit your proof of physical activity on a day-to-day basis, okay? Now, mine daily at that level with 9 Trailblazers, you're around 0.25. If you submit your max of proof of physical activity, you're around 0.25 MQT mine daily. Now, you may say that's nothing to sneeze at, but this is at MQT at $5. We know that when a community, when the world sees how cost-effective having Trailblazers are, 90 cents a day, 10 cents per miner, not saying that you even have to have 9 miners open your docking slots. We're just saying that I personally believe, that you'll enjoy your experience in MoveQuest so much that you'll probably open up more docking slots over time. You'll probably get more powerful miners over time. All this stuff will happen over time, but you got to start somewhere. You got to start letting them know. I think a lot of people see that the $720 to open up docking slots and this and that, that's to get to the full capacity of what you could be at. But ladies and gentlemen, this is to paint the picture of just getting started and how cost effective MoveQuest really is. Costing you $27 a month in fees, right? Maxing out every day, changing your physical life. Of course, over those 30 days, 60 days, 90 days that you are using MoveQuest, your body is changing. You're feeling more energy. You're healthier. You're doing things more efficiently because your brain is functioning more properly. You're getting the physical work that your body needs, ladies and gentlemen. I cannot not stress that, because aside from how important the fiscal part of this opportunity is, the physical part of this opportunity is so important as well. I know people that are motivated to get their 10 miles a day in every day now because they don't want to miss out on the full capability of what MoveQuest is doing. And I know I'm getting a little bit beside myself and a little bit more passionate about what's going on, but listen what can happen, all right? On a monthly basis, you've mined 7.5 MQT if you max out with all Trailblazers in 9 docking slots, right? With the price of MQT at $5, and we all know what it can do when a community gets involved, you have earned over that cost per fee, the fee cost, $37.50 in MQT total for a profit of $10.50. Per year, that's another $126 in your pocket, ladies and gentlemen. Now, not saying that that's going to change your life overnight, right? Not saying that's going to change your life overnight, but these are the things that can happen, okay? And I really want to impress upon everyone that it does not cost that much to be involved with MoveQuest. You don't have to have all Titans, right? I just happen to have all Titans because that's where my belief level reflects, okay? My belief level reflects I'm going to do everything that I can to have all Titans, right? So Vanguard is another thing. 20 cents per miner. This is just using the 9 docking slot open example. We're not even talking about a whole 18 yet, okay? Now, mind you, if you were to open all 18, they're going to give you Trailblazers to plug in all 18 of those slots, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to give them to you, all right? But we won't go there yet. Go to the Vanguards. 20 cents per miner, right? If you have 9 miners, that's $1.80 per day. Much less than a cup of coffee. Much less than, the dollar menu ain't even $1 anymore at McDonald's. You got to get a 4 for 4 or 2 for 2 or something like that. Ladies and gentlemen, the cost per month, $54 a month to mine with 9 Vanguards. To mine. We are mining a cryptocurrency, ladies and gentlemen, with our physical activity. All right? In that month, if you've maxed out and done everything that you could in that 30-day span, right? 30-day example, 15 MQT. Mind you, we're still using the $5 MQT example, MQT at $5. You would have earned $75 worth of MQT for a profit of $21. That's after you done paid your fee and all that stuff. Earn per year an extra $252 in your pocket. And that is if MQT stays at $5, which we know that with a growing community, there's no way that it can stay at $5. It's going to grow. The value is going to grow, ladies and gentlemen. We don't even have 10,000 people submitting their proof of activity on a day-to-day basis. Do you understand how ground floor that is for a worldwide opportunity in cryptocurrency and the climate of the world right now? While there's a lot of mess going on, we are in a time right now where cryptocurrency is seen as a way out of our financial woes and worries. Now, I'm not saying that's a guarantee. But what I am saying is there are more people excited about learning about crypto now than there have ever been in the history of crypto. We have a very unique opportunity right now to help change the landscape of not only crypto, but the health and wealth space. There is not another move to earn app out there that is doing what MoveQuest is doing right now, ladies and gentlemen, and we ought to be excited about that. So let me get to the Titans, all right? For those that tighten up, we're only talking about the cost per 9 miners. Ladies and gentlemen, 40 cents per miner. With the most powerful miners that have the ability to go past 400% mining power, right? Cost per miners per day for just 9, all right? So you can do the math for 18, is around $7, but for just 9 miners, $3.60 per day. Cost per month, $108 a month, all right? Some of you guys are paying more for your gym memberships right now. I know I am. I'm considering just making MoveQuest my gym membership because I'm getting everything that I need. And of course, I've learned a lot about weight training and all that stuff that's more centric to how I want to grow. But ladies and gentlemen, 30 MQT mined, maxing out. If you max out, it's around 1 MQT per day, 30 MQT mined. This is only with 9 miners and with MQT at $5, right? $150 in MQT earned that month, $42 in profit based on what you spent on fees. That's putting another $500 in your pocket a year. Now, some of you may not be impressed by that. Some of you may not be impressed by that. What if the price of MQT was $9? That's not that far-fetched. It was just at $7, $8 a couple days ago. Okay? That's not that far of a stretch. MQT earned $270 after fees and everything. At $9, you've earned $162 for a grand total over a year. If that was to stay consistent at $9, just out of $2,000 added to your bank account after fees. And that's at $9. So I've got a few graphs here. I know we showed the graph that we had earlier. The graph that I pulled up earlier, this is us thinking big, all right? So I want to go back to thinking big really quickly. I want to go back to thinking big because this is where I see us. I don't see us at that $5, that $9 range long. I see us at that $125 range. I see us at that $1,000 MQT price. That's where I see. That's the vision that I have, all right? Look at what can happen, ladies and gentlemen. At the Titan level, because this is, I'm speaking on myself right now. Actually, let me go down to the Trailblazer level. The Trailblazer level, all right? Because we know people are going to get into this opportunity when it gets to $125, when it gets to $1,000, when it gets to $5,000, when it goes past Bitcoin. People are still going to be looking at MoveQuest like, what is MoveQuest? People may come back to this video and be like, whoa, they're giving us Trailblazers. They're doing this, the Phantom Miner, all this cool stuff, the Titans. Oh, I got to tighten up. There's going to be so many people so excited about what is going on, all right? Now, these numbers are just based on the project as of August 21st, which was a few days ago. But ladies and gentlemen, 10 cents. I'm going to go straight to the Trailblazer miner, right? 9 Trailblazer miners, right, is going to cost you $27 to mine a month. If the price of MQT was $125, that does not change the cost per miner to submit the fee. It's still going to cost you $27 a month to mine with 9 miners, right? If you're mining your MQT, you're maxing out, you're doing your thing, you're getting all the MQT you can per day. Now, of course, this is all based on the community size as well. This is based on our community size. So everyone is out there. We're trying to get as much MQT as we possibly can. But listen, if we were to mine 7.5 MQT per month, that's $937 that we were able to make that month. Actually, I'm sorry, that's $910 that we were able to make because you got to subtract the $27 in fees. For the year, you've done $10,000. just south of $11,000, ladies and gentlemen. Now imagine, just use your imagination, borrow some of my belief in imagination. The MQT gets to $1,000. $7,500 from Trailblazer Miners, just south of $7,500 per month. Just south of $90,000 that year, just because MQT got to $1,000. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what happens when a community sees what's available here. When the world sees that I can open up 9 docking slots and it only costs me 90 cents a day, $27 a month, and I could be earning, with the price of MQT gets to 125, $10,000 extra a year, $900 extra a month. Oh, I'm going to go share this with people right now. Because for less than a cup of coffee a day, less than $1 menu purchase a day, I could have 9 Trailblazers mining for me right now. And the price may not be here right now, but when it gets there and I hold my MQT and I believe in what it's doing, ladies and gentlemen, this is, and I got to blow my nose real quick. Get excited. But ladies and gentlemen, what an opportunity that we have right now. We have an amazing opportunity right now. Give me 1 second, y'all. I got excited, then my allergies got excited. That's much watch stuff right there. Anyway, and then not even to mention what the Vanguards can do, what the Titans can do. You guys see the numbers. 40 cents a day to mine per miner with a Titan. With 9 Titans working for you, that's $3.60 a day. A month, that's $108. Now, if you're a person that wants to open up 18 docking slots, all you got to do is double those numbers. Yes, it's going to cost you a little bit more to mine with more powerful miners, but look at what its availability is. If MQT gets back to $125, ladies and gentlemen, we have an opportunity with Titans, 9 Titans at that, not even 18, to have mined over $3,500, $3,600 worth of MQT in profit after the fees and how much it costs per month. I don't anticipate these fees changing and going up. These fees may decrease with a growing community. I've heard that already talked about. With a growing community, we are on a journey, ladies and gentlemen. 25,000 people is not a lot of people. Step In and some of these other move to earn apps have got millions of people. All right. The move to earn space has been suffering because of projects like Step In and all these other things that claim that you're going to be able to make life-changing income just from getting your steps in. You got to do a little something now. You got to go out there and you got to do your steps. You got to do the work. But ladies and gentlemen, Titan miners per year, right? Per year at $125 price, $43,000, 360 MQT when that price hits to 125 after mining for a year. Now listen, ladies and gentlemen, I believe MQT can get past 1,000, but let's just say it gets to 1,000. That same 12-month period. I mean, shoot, that per month period, south of $30,000. If you held on to that MQT and didn't sell it and it got to $1,000 and you mined for a whole month, ladies and gentlemen, even down at the Phantom level, if you just happen to get in and the Phantom level is free. So imagine the world going out there and saying, we got to check this MoveQuest thing out. Even if we just get the 30-day one miner, 10 cents per day, $3 a month, and this thing gets to 125. It gets to 1,000. Ladies and gentlemen, it says NA because you're not going to be able to mine past a month with that Phantom miner. Ladies and gentlemen, you can use the Trailblazer as an example for that. Same cost per miner. It gives you the cost per 9 because you can't have 9 Phantom miners. You can only have 1. It's just to get you started. And they may do some things with the Phantom Miner. Who knows? MoveQuest has been known to do things to help the community grow and give them more opportunity. I mean, they just gave away $7+ million worth of miners to the community. So the folks that are new out there, hey, these are the kind of things that are going on in MoveQuest. They're always looking out for the people. But ladies and gentlemen, I just had to jump on here and share this with you guys because I do believe that there's a lot of folks that don't know how much it costs to really be a part of MoveQuest. And this is just an example. This is not, an official MoveQuest document or anything like that, but this is just a really great example to kind of share with you guys what is going on with the fees. You don't have to have all Titan miners if you can't handle paying the fees. If you can't handle, over $200 a month in fees, you should not have 18 Titan miners, right? And even if you think you can, and it turns out during the month that you can't, you don't have to submit for the days that you don't have it. If you don't have that $7 and whatever it costs to mint with 18 Titan miners for that day, don't submit. It's okay. You don't have to submit that day. I think it would be cool if they expanded the amount of days that we can go back and submit, because, you might run out of money on Wednesday and Thursday and can't submit on Wednesday and Thursday, but you might get paid on Friday. You might get paid on Saturday. And if you were able to go back and submit for more than just 2 days and you got to submit for a week, who knows? I don't know that that's something that they're going to do, but I'm just throwing that out there as a cool little idea. Maybe I could speak it into existence. But all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, the opportunity that we have with MoveQuest right now is nothing short of amazing, and the world needs to see it. So I'm going to do my part. I'm going to share my experience with MoveQuest. I'm going to share the things that are out there right now going on with MoveQuest, the news and all that stuff. I'm going to share it. I'm going to be at the forefront of sharing it. You will see me talking about MoveQuest as long as it is here. And even if it were to go away for some crazy reason, I'm going to talk about that too. But I'm a person that believes in what MoveQuest is doing, not just what it can do for our financial lives. There's going to be people out here that become MoveQuest millionaires. I believe it. But they're also going to have a physical appearance. There's going to be something different about those people that go out here and they max out for 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. They go on their journeys. I know people that are going to start on September 1st and they're going to go on a 90-day MoveQuest blitz. They're going to do everything they can to submit for 90 days. There are going to be people right now that decide, I'm going to pull this back up real quick. There are going to be people that decide, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to preload my Avalanche. I'm going to preload my Avalanche or my wallet, my in-app wallet, with that $108, with that $53, with $54, with that $27, with that $3. And if you were to do the math on double, with that, I can do calculator math. Let me just pull out my calculator just in case for those of you that want to be mining with 18 docking slots open, right? 27 times 2, $54. All right. $54 to mine with 18 docking slots with all Trailblazers. 54 times 2, $108 to mine with 18 Vanguards. All right. And if you want to level up to that Titan, listen, ladies and gentlemen, it's so worth it to evolve through this process. All right. It could take you some time to evolve. It costs money to evolve and get more expensive miners. All right. And we didn't even talk about this in this video. We're really just talking about how much it costs to submit fees and different things of that nature, things that you have to do on a day-to-day basis. But 108 times 2, $216. There are going to be people right now on a month-to-month basis. They're going to take their $216. They're going to go ahead and buy their Avalanche. They're going to put it in their MetaMask wallet. They're going to put it in their MoveQuest fee wallet, and they're set for the month. Right? Some folks are going to be, that's going to be the first thing they do at the start of the month. They get their $200 or whatever it's going to cost them to mine for the month, and they're going to get after it. Some of them are going to future-proof themselves for months to come. All right. So I just want to jump on here and share the fee structure. I also want to share this, and I know this is a long enough video, and some of you may have to piece this together or whatever. I think that aside from there being a group of us that are a little bit leery about the learning curve, all right, and there's going to be stuff for that. Bullish Moon is doing a lot of work to educate the people. There's a lot of crypto education out there. MetaMask has education. People are teaching you how to, YouTube University, right? That's all I have to say. YouTube University. Okay, you can learn whatever you need to learn to be a part of any project, let alone this one. I mean, we have a whole Zoom support team. All you got to do is hop on a Zoom and they will help you out on Zoom. Here's the one thing that I want to mention that I think is a true challenge. I think there's a lot of us that really don't want to do the work to mine, that really get our steps in and really get out here and get active physically. I think we've gotten so accustomed to this set it and forget it. This is not no set it and forget it. This is a set it and then get up and then go mine it. You have to get up and do something. If you're disappointed with what you're mining, you need to assess your physical activity. And some of us are not able to do as much as others. I'm not discrediting you. I'm not saying that there's no place for you, because there's always a place for you. If you're able to mine MQT at any level, I suggest you do it. I'm all for that. Even if you can't max out every day, find a level that you can afford and then find the level of physical activity that you can do and then do it. One thing that I think that's going to happen and that you'll see happening over the span of time is that you're going to find out that it's a little bit easier for you once you get past those first few weeks to do a little bit more on the physical activity side. Ladies and gentlemen, this is how you start to change your life. This is how you start to compound that effort to really start having life-changing things happen for you. Ladies and gentlemen, you can check me out on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. My life has changed forever because of MoveQuest. I have lost 50 pounds, and we are on a journey right now to find our best physique, right? My best physique. That may be adding a few more pounds. That may be going through some ebbs and flows of adding muscle, then chopping away at some of the fluff, and then adding a little bit of fluff so that you can add muscle, and then cutting again. There's a lot of different ways that you can do it, but you have to find the best way for you. That's what's important here, all right? Find the best way for you. MoveQuest is going to grow. It's going to grow with or without us because it's an idea that makes sense. It tackles a real life problem in the world. There are a lot of us that are out of shape, getting to the level that we're obese, not doing the physical activity that we need to do every day to keep our bodies healthy. You don't have to be some former athlete, Olympian, D1 star, scholarship athlete, high school athlete, Pee Wee League All-Star. You don't have to be any of that. Practice All-American. You don't have to be none of that. All you have to do is be willing to move your body. Be willing to get up and step. If you can move your feet, move your feet. If you can move your arms, I've seen some people getting some physical activity just moving their bodies like this, doing what they can do. Ladies and gentlemen, we have to do what we can do. This project is bigger than just taking our crypto and then dumping it somewhere. And there's a lot of great projects out there, or I'll say it like this. I won't say that they're great projects. I'll say that they're still working right now, right? And if they last a span of time during this climate where there's regulation and there's legislation and all these different things going on in the crypto space, more power to them. But if we're not alive to see it happen because we done let our bodies get so out of whack that it fights itself on a day-to-day basis, what good is it? What good are these set it and forget it platforms if we're setting it in and forgetting our bodies? I lived that life. I was doing it for the first 3-4 years that I've been on YouTube. Y'all saw me with the fat face and didn't say nothing. Didn't say nothing. And then I'm not putting it on y'all to say anything because this is my journey. This is what I have to go through. These are the things that I have to fight. These are the battles that I have to fight. For me, I have to find enough importance in my life to stay active and stay moving. MoveQuest, that right there, just happened to come on at the perfect time for me. Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that know, you know. I damn near lost everything but my life and my family. And on this video right now, I'm excited more than ever about life because of a culmination of things. But I'd be lying to you if I didn't tell you that MoveQuest was a reason that BOJ, Baker Gerald, is so excited today. All right? Listen, I know this video has been long enough. I've been talking long enough about MoveQuest, but ladies and gentlemen, if this inspired you, share it with somebody. If it doesn't inspire you, whatever. All right? But this is an opportunity that we all have. It is ground floor right now. And I think that if we miss out on this opportunity, we'll miss out on a lot of things. All right. And this ain't going nowhere, in my opinion. It's all on the blockchain, ladies and gentlemen. It's all on the blockchain. So with that being said, put your 2FA on all the platforms that will allow you and all your wallets, because crypto is indeed the wild, wild west, y'all. And if you ain't strapped, you're bound to get hacked. All right. Ask me how I know. It is not very fun at all. If you like this content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you want to be updated and notified about everything going on here at BOJ, make sure you hit the notification bell as well. And please, sir, please, ma'am, don't get scammed by the WhatsApp man, because if he's out there, he'll get you, or he'll try. All right. Don't give your keys. Don't give your key phrases. Don't give any pertinent information to anybody out there. That is yours to keep. All right. So safeguard it with your life. All right. I'll see y'all on the next one. It's your boy BOJ with my favorite platform in space, MoveQuest. Let's go out here and change our lives today. Peace out.